Announcements, announcements, announcements. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Wizarding Wiz. I am so glad to see you here because we've got a few things to cover. Now, I'm going to try and make this video not be too long, and of course, all links to everything I'm telling you will be down in the description if you would like to get a full view of them for yourself, because this is just going to be a brief overview. So, a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, on the 19th of July, today is actually August 1st as of recording this. On the 19th of July, there was a panel held at the San Diego Comic-Con, which a lot of us had looked forward to. I obviously did not go, or you would have seen footage from that. But on this panel, several things were talked about, and so I wanted to go over a little bit of things that we can expect to see more sooner than later in Wizards Unite. Starting with this one, because this one we all kind of already know about. There was an actual announcement in the game about it, so it's really no surprise to anybody, and that is dragons. That's right, guys. Dragons are coming to Wizards Unite, and I, for one, cannot wait. I am a huge dragon lover, so I was ecstatic to hear that dragons were coming to Wizards Unite. The problem, the sad part, the downfall is that unfortunately dragons will most likely and are most probably going to be region locked. They're going to be regional, similar to Pokemon in Pokemon Go, where, you know, like Mr. Mime is locked in Europe, Farfetch'd in Asia, and so on. Now, to this effect, we should be able to hopefully, maybe, possibly, eventually get dragons through global events, big events, kind of like we did with certain regionals of Pokemon Go. Now, granted, it was only the first generation of region-locked Pokemon from Pokemon Go that we've been able to get so far, but maybe something similar will be with the dragons, because there are going to be other regionals as well. Now, if you live in North America as I do, or in either of the Americas as I do, which is North America, not South America, you can't live in two countries at once unless you have dual citizenship. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, the Americas do not have any dragon lore in our history, which is both odd and kind of sad. Most likely due to the fact that the European and Asian settlers didn't come here until very much later. Either way, we do not have dragon lore in our history, so we will not be getting dragons here in North America, nor do I believe there will be any in South America, unless there are dragons we have not yet heard of. But we will be getting other regionals. Now, off the top of my head, I can think of two from North America. One is probably already out of the question, being as you can get it from fortresses and it is available worldwide, and that is the Thunderbird. That I don't think will become a region lock thing. It's kind of pointless at this point to region lock it since everybody already has it. But we do have things like the Pugwudgie here in North America, the Wendigo, which I'm not actually sure if that falls into Harry Potter. I've never actually heard it mentioned, but it is a creature native to North America, actually, specifically. And there are others as well. Not 100% sure what they are, but I'm sure that we will get our own region-locked things. And now the last thing about dragons before we move on to the next topic, because I have spent way too much time going on about dragons because of how much I love dragons, and I am super amped up on coffee and going a mile a minute, is that, and yes, I like coffee. Yes, I may use the gamer tag Mad Hatter, but I'm not a tea drinker. I am a coffee person. Associated with the dragons will be people well known to be involved with dragons, so maybe Charlie Weasley will be a thing. We already have Hagrid, and maybe other like lesser characters that we've heard of or know about, like a dragon dealer, things of that nature. Just other characters, and that may become foundables, or maybe it'll just be part of the registry. We don't actually know. But we do know that we will most likely be getting dragons at Harry Potter Wizards Unite Fan Festival, which is a ridiculously long name for something, so I'm just calling it Potterfest. Now, a few other little things before we get to the last 2 or 3 big announcements that I have for you is that on top of dragons and the other stuff here to come, a few other announcements were made on the smaller side of things. Regionals will be rolled out in-game, which I had already told you about. The love story between Nell and Grimm will be more incorporated into the storyline, and it will grow with your game's progression. So the more that you do in-game, the more you grow in-game, the more we're going to learn about Nell and Grimm, which is going to be important to the story, because Wizards Unite is all about the story is all about the characters and their story and their interactions together, and that's kind of, why it's called Wizards Unite. It's them and it's us and it's all of everything together, and that's what it's supposed to be about. And so there's a whole bunch of story, and like I said, I will be covering the storyline at some point. I am working on that. There's a lot to go through. There's ciphers I've got to decode and all types of things like that, and I don't want to bore you with the decoding stuff, so I'm just going to give it to you all straight out. Now on to the other couple of announcements, and one of them is huge, guys, so don't go away. The first one being the next Community Day has been announced. It will be on August 10th of 2019. Now, we haven't gotten any other details other than that, but we do know the date, which is the most important part. So everybody, get your wands ready, get your bags ready, get your potions ready, get your energy ready, get everything you need ready to go. You've got 9 days. Ooh, I got the right number of thumbs on the first try. Fingers. Right number of fingers on the first try. Get everything ready. You've got 9 days to get all that said and done, because today is August 1st. Community Day will be August 10th. The second to last thing, guys, is like the biggest announcement I have to make in this entire video, because it's something that should have been announced. It should have been released in the game the day the game had dropped. And I'm talking, of course, about Adventure Sync. Yes, my friends, Adventure Sync is finally coming to Wizards Unite, which means you'll be able to get those port keys unlocked faster. Why this wasn't implemented in the game from the beginning, I don't know. It's been in Pokemon Go for like a year. Why they didn't just transfer all that information over to Wizards Unite is beyond me. It's beyond anybody. None of us can really seem to understand why it wasn't there already, but it is coming. It should be with one of the next updates that are coming relatively soon. I don't know if it'll be the very next update or the one after it, but we do know that it will be here very, very, very shortly. So that is something to get excited about. Now, just a quick overview of what Adventure Sync is and what it does for those of you who may not have played Pokemon Go or just don't understand that aspect of it. Basically, what Adventure Sync is whichever device you have. Like in my case, I have Android. You can download an app. It's a health app, a fitness app that tracks like your steps and your exercising and how many calories you burn and all that sort of thing to kind of help you lose weight if you're one of those people like me who likes to yo-yo diet and put a little weight on, take a little weight off, and have been roughly the same weight for the last 15 years with various amounts of muscle tone and or, flabbiness. It's something that can help you track that, and what you do is you download that. For me, it's Google Fit because I have an Android phone. I forget what it's called on the iPhone, but it's whatever the heck it's called on iPhone. I will look that up and I'll flash it on the screen here for you so you can see it. You download this, you can sync your game to it, and so it tracks all of your steps for you even when the game is not running, which means if you're at work and you can't play the game, like I frequently cannot because, as you all know, I am a chef, I work in a kitchen, I cannot be on my phone and working at the same time. That is dangerous both for me and the people around me and for my phone, and just not an okay thing at all. So, but I get a lot of steps in during the day. I'm always going up and down the line. I'm always making things. I'm always moving. So something like this is very helpful for people like me who can't play all day long, who can't have the game on all day long. It will track your steps. Therefore, you're getting credit. So maybe you go to work. Maybe you're walking around the office all day, or like me, you're in a kitchen. You're running around the kitchen all day, or whatever it is you do, but you can't play. You can now get credit for that. So if you walk 2 kilometers on average during your job, if you're a mailman even, you walk an average of 2 kilometers, you can get the credit for that 2 kilometers. And say you only need another kilometer or half a kilometer to unlock your port keys. Like I only need another kilometer for these port keys that I've been working on for this event. And I could have gotten that yesterday at work had Adventure Sync already been a thing, but it is not. So this is going to be a huge game changer, especially for those of us who work full-time jobs and can't exactly play throughout the day or night or whenever your shift is. I technically work second shift, which you guys already know. So I can't wait for that to come out. That is like the biggest thing I have to talk about, except for this last little bit, guys. I've been sitting on this for about a week, and I've been waiting and waiting because I wanted the perfect opportunity, and then we got all of this information the other day, and it's just the perfect time for me to bring this to you, and that is that I am going to Potterfest. I will be at the Wizards Unite Fan Festival in Indiana, in Indianapolis, Indiana. I am going. I will be there. I am so excited, guys. I can't believe it's taken me this long to tell you. I wanted to tell you the day I got the announcement because I was actually feeling kind of down that day. I made a video, actually, and it was this one. I'll put it up here. You can watch it up here. I think it was one of the... I forget what it was about. I'll leave it up in the cards here, but I made a video that day, and you can tell by my demeanor I was a little kind of and it was because that the drawing had happened earlier that day, and I got passed over again, and it was the second wave. And then I went and checked my email, and apparently my email had taken a little while to sync up because it was in my email. I got the notification like after I had finished that video, and I was like, yes, awesome. And I wanted to record that day for you, and I wanted to tell you, but I decided to sit on it for a little while and just wait and let it fester and just see and kind of tease that I had an announcement over these last couple of videos, which I did do, and now here it is. And tell me the anticipation wasn't worth it. I am going to FanFest. Now, while I will be there and I will be covering everything, I will have video footage, I will have screen footage, I will have everything I possibly can for you, I will not be uploading until we get back. So, if you want up-to-date, real-time things of what I'm doing, go follow me on Twitter, and I just started an Instagram like 2 days ago. I will leave the links to both of these down in the description below. Go check me out over there. Did you hear my little whistle there? I sounded like Gopher from freaking Winnie the Pooh just there. I will leave everything down in the description. Go check me out over there. Go follow me. Give me a like. I'm looking to get the clout over there anyway and kind of pass the word on and build this community because you guys are awesome. I love talking to all of you that I've met via Discord or out in person. You guys are so cool. So I want to continue to grow and just see all the cool people that we can meet out there. So go follow me over on those platforms because that's where you're going to get the fastest information while I am out at Potterfest. And yes, I am calling it Potterfest because Wizards Unite Fan Festival, or the full title of Harry Potter Wizards Unite Fan Festival, is just way too ridiculously long to keep saying all the time. And like I said the other day in the announcement of the new event launching, I don't understand why they use these long names. It's not like they're Albus, Percival, Wulfric, Brian, Dumbledore, or even Newton, Artemis, Fido, Scamander. You are not as cool as either of them. Please stop using all of those names, although your game is pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you are as excited as I am about all of these announcements. I hope to see you at the Fan Festival, and I really, really, really cannot wait for Adventure Sync to come to this game. I cannot wait for Dragons to come to this game. Until the next video, guys, stay safe and watch out for those Dementors.